Well, I thought I'd do a little video on my bike's build. I've had a few subscribers ask me what I've done to my bike, so I'll go over it a little bit. Hopefully I don't miss nothing, but I probably will. Start with the controls. The first thing I did is I took off the stock handlebars and I got some Pro Taper fat bars. I wanted a higher rise, but on the 2014 they don't give you very much extra brake line, so this is as high as I could go. It's about maybe the same height as stock, I'm not sure, I'd have to check again, but it's wider. I like a wider grip. Then I had to install it with Renegade handlebar clamps, and this is a remote for my Drift HD 170 cameras. Then I mounted some rigid SRM lights up on the handlebars with PIA mounts. Then I got an Oxford heated grip controller mounted to the back of this light. I got my RAM mount for my GPS, and I have my wireless remote for my Drift Ghost. And then I put the Terry cable dual gasser on. I like the twist throttle. Got arthritis in my hands and the thumb just kills me. But to do that, you have to take the factory thumb throttle controller off. And so here's my four-wheel drive switch. It's not fancy and it's probably not pretty. It's just small zip ties, but it stays there and it works good. I had it on my 2011 for 3 or 4 years, no problem. I've had it on this one so far for 2 years, summer and winter, no problem. Works good. Then I got Oxford twist grip, heated grips, and they work nice. I like them. Not sure if they make them for just thumb throttles, but if you have a twist grip and you want heated grips, Oxford's a nice one to look for. I also have Oxford rain gauntlets that go over in the winter. When I put them on, I have to take these Can-Am brush guards off though. Let's see. I think that about covers it up here. Then I got a XMR, and I think it's an XXC or XTP dash module, and got the XMR dash pod cover with the wings just to give it a little different look. Then I got, besides these rigid SRMs, I have rigid dualies that are in a flood. These are a spot. And then I have this rigid 6-inch series light bar that's in a driving light. I ran the wires and I got the switches right here. It worked out really good. Then my high beam light switch quit working. It was the switch itself, and for the cost, for $10 more off of Amazon, I got these night light LED lights, and I put them in. I have these are a driving light and these are a spotlight. These are on my low beams and these are my high beams. And that, boy, when all of them are lit up, I can see good. And I ran the switches to them right here, and I still have to use my key switch on the light. I set it up so, just like factory, I have to turn it in the light position for the light to come on. Then in this pod, I got the bright idea to cut out the plastic in here so more air would flow into the dash and maybe the air filter. Then it dawned on me in the winter I needed to cover it up so the CVT intake wouldn't get full of snow. So I made these covers and just got some plastic like push pins, and I can take them on and off if I want to. Then I got the BRP box. I have several other boxes at the house, trying to find the one I like the best. And I have the 1000 Max. My wife didn't want her own bike, so I got that so she could ride with me. And she doesn't actually ride very much. But in the winter, I can put extra gas cans here, roto packs, my lunch box obviously, and it's real stable going up steep stuff. I really like it. Then I got the ITP T7 beadlock wheels. I'm not even sure if they make those anymore, but I sure like them. I got Pitbull growlers, and I usually run between 3 and 3.5 pounds of air in them, because I use the tires as part of my suspension, and it really makes a difference when you're in the rocks. And then I got these Fox Podium shocks for the XXC and the Renegade, and I really like them. They're pretty good. They're maybe not as nice as the Elkas I had on my 2011, and I kept those and put them on here for a while, but the Elkas I lost like 1.5 inches, 2 inches of ground clearance, and with these Fox Podium shocks, I got my ground clearance back, if maybe not just a little bit more, and I've loosened these up from how they came set from the factory, and I might even loosen these up some more. And then I had a friend who was making these. I had some overheating problems on my power steering on my 2011, so I kept this heat sink for the power steering, cut the fender so it would fit. I tried to cut this so it would fit in the hole, but it's just too big. Does it work? I don't know. I had some overheating problems in the summer when I first bought the bike, and so what I do in the summer is I take the inner fenders off, and I bought another front inner fender and then trimmed it so it's just those three and keeps the mud and stuff out of the radiator. But this is all open, and then I put some heat blanket between the exhaust and the power steering gearbox up in here, and some more between the radiator fan and the gearbox. It's zip tied on the frame so that hot air is not blowing back on the gearbox. And did all that help? I don't know. I had about the time I did all that, BRP came out with a maintenance update, and I took the bike into the dealer and had them flash my ECU, so I haven't had any more heating problems. I have synthetic winch rope, Ricochet skid plates. I really like those. Wished I could leave them on in the winter when I put my tracks on. I take the belly plate off and the back one to get the tracks on and the brackets. Let's see. Then what I did, when you change your oil and you're changing your gearbox oil, you need to take the floorboard off. It's a royal pain in the butt. From the factory there's a piece of plastic that goes across here. Well, I cut that out so I don't have to try to get it over my brake pedal. And then I trimmed the foot peg, and it actually comes, if I can get it off the fenders, it actually comes out pretty easy. I don't have to fight it as much as I did when it was stock. Then on the other side, the clutch side, I have a QSC primary and an STM secondary. And I'm always playing around with the clutches and changing belts. It's a pain to have to take this off, especially if you have to do it out in the field. So what I did on this floorboard, it has a big piece that comes out here that keeps, I guess, from splash up. But since I got the Ricochet skid plate, belly plan, I don't need that. So I cut that off and trimmed this down, and I shaved my foot peg on this side, and then where every bolt is, took a rotary file and routed this side cover, and I can take my clutch cover off without having to take my floorboard off. I use a long extension with a universal joint to get these bottom ones, and I can take this off and change your belt in about 30 minutes. This really made a difference. It's nice. Then I just got this SPI slip-on exhaust, and so far I really like it. It's louder than stock. That's to be expected, but I'd have the stock exhaust if I ever want to put it back on. But with the stock exhaust, I'd get a lot of heat up in here, and I could feel it in my seat and back here in this box. And with the slip-on, even though it's louder, there's not as much heat when I'm going slow in the rocks and stuff. And I really like that. And I kind of like the rumble. This SPI has a nice, deep, throaty rumble to it. I quite like it. So let's see, anything else? I bought these Copeland grip things the other day to try them out, carry my shovel instead of bungee cords, which were kind of a pain in the butt. I'll probably just put, in the winter, put my snowshoes on top of my Roto pack. Let's see, is that it? I think that's it. Nothing real special, nothing really done to the motor. Just change the handlebars, put on a twist throttle, change the gauges, shocks, tires and wheels, clutches, and slip-on exhaust. Oh, one other thing I did is I'm running 28s, 2810. I have 2810s, and these pit bulls are 28.9, 28.11. And to make sure I had plenty of room, I trimmed the stock fender. Oh, not sure where it came. I trimmed it straight down from there and straight down from here in the back. I took some off the bottom too. So the bike has a higher look, and as you can see, the side plastic is above the Ricochet belly plate, because if I get high centered on a log or something, no reason to be laying on the plastic of the floorboard. However, I have done it a time or two still. But that's about it. Bike's been running good. I really like the Can-Ams. Let's see, I got 3,373 miles on my 2014. So about 2 years. I haven't been riding as much as I did my 2011, but I try to get out as much as I can. Then I took all the safety stickers off. I don't like those. I kind of feel like I should take all this off. I'll leave it on till it comes off, I guess. Anyway, that's how I built my bike, and it's been serving me well. Okay. Hope you enjoyed it. When I did my walk around earlier, I kind of forgot, so I thought I'd stop and tell you what else I got. When I had the Muzzy, I got a, you can't see it, Power Commander 5 that I put right here. And so with the SPI, I'm good to go. And then I also put a battery tender on my battery with the plug right here, so I can plug it in if the bike's gonna sit for a long time, especially when it's cold. Well, also, this is where you plug in the dealer plugs in their computer to take the maintenance required message off, and it's also where you plug in the module for the tracks. So I took the pin out so I can take this right out and stuff it down in this side cover when I put the tracks on. That module's kind of big. I wish it could go right there. I'll have to look. Maybe. I don't think it can go there, but maybe. We'll see. Anyway, been a fun day. Hope you enjoy the build video. Later.